Hi, my name is Eddie Boy. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. Part of New Orleans that we call the CTC, across the canal. See, across the canal is literally, right? There's a canal that separates parts of New Orleans. And across the canal, the Lower Ninth Ward is almost like its own island, it's a different world. And that's where I grew up in. See, back in the 60s, across the canal was of great pride, great black pride. Even during the time when there was white flight, because the area I grew up in, and hey, it's just history, it's nothing to slight anybody, it's just the way it was. It was predominantly of a white origin. But once blacks started buying in the community, you saw the demographic of the Lower Ninth Ward to start to change. And there was opportunities for African Americans to buy their homes and raise their kids and do all that. See, my mom and my dad weren't originally from New Orleans. My dad was from West Virginia. My mom was from Bessemer, Alabama. And see, they met during the Civil Rights Movement. I heard the stories of how my mom, Bessemer is a suburb of Birmingham, Alabama, and we all know the stories of Birmingham, Alabama, of Birmingham as it was called. See, they marched with Dr. King, and my mom, she was a very studious student, and she had that Angela Davis afro and stood up for what was right. That happened to be black rights. And that's what my mom and dad had in common, because they both felt that what was going on wasn't right. So they joined forces and ended up falling in love and ended up marrying on my grandparents' porch in Bessemer, Alabama. And then my Uncle Johnny was the best man at the wedding. There's pictures of it. There's only a couple people that's in the picture, but it was quality, not quantity. A lot of the boys migrated to New Orleans. And a couple of my dad's brothers, couple of his sister, and they made New Orleans home in the mid-60s. That when they first got to New Orleans, they moved in the St. Bernard Project. My two brothers were born while they were living in the St. Bernard Project. But they decided to be homeowners, and they bought a piece of property at 1451 Tennesse Street. And that's where I grew up. That's where I was born. There's a lot of history at 1451 Tennesse Street. If you know me, grew up with me, you know it had 1451 red and white, bold as cuff. We lived on a corner, and people always say, hey, you live at that house, that red and white house on the corner? And yes, I did. Things happened. Mom and dad got a divorce years later after I was an adult. But 1451 was always special to my family. Certain things happened beyond our control, and Hurricane Katrina was one of them. My mom ended up moving back to her hometown of Bessemer. My dad lived in Zachary. And for whatever reason, the family home left the family's hands. But the beauty part about it is that 1451 is back in the family's hands in a sense of pride. My parents are older now. My dad is at the situation where he's not mobile anymore, but he gets to sit on that porch, the house where it all started, in the lower 9th Ward, in the CTC. Time is not promised to any of us. You know, in New Orleans, we have a tradition of celebrating the life of someone that has passed on. And in the spirit of that, I'm going to, instead of having a homegoing celebration like we normally do in New Orleans, we're going to have a homecoming celebration for my dad. My dad is back at 1451 Tennesse Street. His health is ailing, and I want to, my family wants to, and my friends and community members want to help me to celebrate not just my dad, but what it means to be a black father going through that time. See, my dad was one of many strong black men in my community. I had a talk with a friend of mine today, and we was rattling off all the names of the strong men in our community. And it made us who we are today. So when you see me with CTC to CTC, I was taught if you can make a change and you can do something to do it. And the way that my dad has impacted my life, whereas I've been the father that I have been, not without mistakes. I need to celebrate him. We need to celebrate our parents, and we need to celebrate our loved ones while they're here. It's great to celebrate their life once they're gone, but given the opportunity, celebrate them while they're here. So part of this video is to show you all the great pictures and of who my dad was, because I never trying not to ever miss an opportunity to take a picture with him, because that's all we have is the memories, and I like to cherish those great memories. So I'm asking, if you're in New Orleans on Friday, May 13th at 6 p.m., come out and join the celebration of life. Nobody has passed, but let's celebrate our roots. Let's celebrate together. Join me, support the cause. Because see, this is CTC to CTC, meaning that is from across the canal, which I'm from, my roots, to changing the culture. I'm in Ellenwood, Georgia, and I'm trying to help change the culture and be that positive role model and person of the community that I saw when I was growing up. Join me. If you can't make it in person, just watching this video is being a part of the change. Maybe you can share it. I love you guys. Dad, I'm going to show you this video. I love you, and you are so worth it and worthy. that I want to celebrate you. Thank you, Dad. I love you. And without you, there will be no me. Literally and figuratively. Join me if you can. If you're not, we're gonna have videos and all that stuff, and we're gonna still share it with you. Let's celebrate one another, and especially let's celebrate our elders. Love you guys. Friday, May 13th at 6 p.m. I hope to see you guys there. Thanks.